Violence connected to images of the Prophet Muhammad arrives in the United States. I'm Derek Gilbert. This is Skywatch TV News for May 4th of 2015. Two men were shot and killed outside a cartoon exhibit in Dallas Sunday night. Keynote speaker Geert Wilders, member of the Dutch parliament, has been denounced by Muslim groups for his very vocal opposition to their presence in Europe. The organizer of the event, Pamela Geller, is the author of the popular blog Atlas Shrugs, and she also has been very outspoken in her opposition to violent Islam. A security guard at the event was shot in the ankle. Police from Garland, Texas, returned fire and killed the two attackers. Now, this is not confirmed yet, but there is a report out there that ISIS has claimed responsibility for this attack in the Dallas suburb of Garland last night. Christian institutions in the United States may soon lose their tax-exempt status, or rather have to choose between tax-exempt status and their stance on biblical marriage. Supreme Court hearing the so-called gay marriage case now were addressed by Solicitor General Donald Verrilli. He's sort of the attorney for the President Obama administration, confirmed that this would be an issue if the Supreme Court affirms a constitutional right for same-sex marriage. We're already seeing this topic affecting churches around the country. In Houston, the mayor there, Anise Parker, who is an open lesbian, had her city attorneys subpoena sermons and notes from pastors who openly supported a lawsuit challenging a Houston ordinance that would allow self-identifying transgenders to choose to use either sex restroom in the city of Houston. And in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, an ordinance passed there last fall requires pastors in the city there to perform same-sex marriages or face jail time and fines. This is part of a larger assault on God's design for creation in this post-Christian nation. As stated in Genesis chapter 1 and reaffirmed by Jesus in Matthew 19 when questioned by Pharisees about the issue of marriage, or the issue of divorce rather, Jesus answered, "Have you not read that he who created them from the beginning made them male and female? And said, therefore a man shall leave his father and his mother and hold fast to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. So they are no longer two but one flesh. What therefore God has joined together, let not man separate." But this is part of an ongoing trend. According to a new research study by the Pew Institute, the Pew Research Center, Christians are leaving the faith in droves, and this trend doesn't appear to be slowing down. Shortly after the year 2050, if current demographic trends continue, Islam will become the largest religion on planet Earth. Other findings of this study: atheists, agnostics, and other people who don't affiliate with any religion, although they are increasing in the United States and France and other Western nations, will make up a declining share of the world's population. India will remain a Hindu majority, but will have the world's largest Muslim population. And in the United States, Christians will decline from a more than three-quarter majority of the population in 2010 to about two-thirds in 2050. And Judaism will no longer be the largest non-Christian religion, as Muslims will be more numerous in the United States than people who identify as Jewish. Now you can set up your own gene editing laboratory for less than it costs to buy a new high-end PC. A developer of the CRISPR-Cas9 method for snipping and editing DNA says for about $2,000 you can set up your home DNA editing lab. And while there are potential benefits to this technology, the first genetically engineered embryos targeted a gene that encodes for a potentially fatal blood disorder. The danger here is that hordes of the rich and famous will line up to have their children genetically engineered to become supermodels and world-class athletes. Or, of course, governments bioengineering a new subspecies of super soldiers to enforce the will of a one-world government. Now, if this sounds paranoid to you, just look at human history and see if you can find any particular technology with military application that hasn't been used at one point or another to gain an edge over a rival or subdue its own population. In fact, research at DARPA, the United States Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, includes work on genetically modified blood, red blood cells that do more than just deliver oxygen to the cells. They produce and deliver protein antibodies to biotoxins, telepathic helmets that can read electrical signals in the brain and transmit useful information to other members of a soldier's unit, or ways to modify or enhance the bodies of soldiers so they can fight for days without food, sleep, and develop muscle mass that makes them stronger, resists weight gain no matter what they eat, and remains at peak physical condition even without exercise. And if you don't think there'll be demand for that in the private sector, you don't know human nature very well. The new movie Avengers: Age of Ultron explores this theme and others that have been prominent in science fiction for decades now. The concept, idea of the rogue AI, artificial intelligence gone evil, is the stuff of the Terminator films, as well as classic science fiction villains like the Borg in Star Trek, Cylons in Battlestar Galactica, the Cybermen from Doctor Who, and one that I found more horrifying than the rest, not as well known, but a supercomputer called I Am from the Harlan Ellison short story, I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. Could this actually happen? Is this sort of Terminator scenario a reality or potential reality? Well, big thinkers like Stephen Hawking, Elon Musk, and even Bill Gates of Microsoft are concerned about it. Oxford University has created what they call the Future of Humanity Institute, which takes a look at existential risk to humankind. And I interviewed, in fact, a member of that institute some time back, Dr. Stuart Armstrong. He's author of the book called Smarter Than Us. He believes that the greatest risks to humankind are, well, anthropogenic, things that we create. Synthetic biology, nanotechnology, weapons, or machine superintelligence. If you have a doctorate and hands-on experience in synthetic organic chemistry, Google may want to talk to you. There's a new project at Google X, which is their research laboratory, their secret research laboratory, to create what they call a nanoparticle platform. This is a tiny metallic particle that would be injected into your bloodstream, a horde of them to swim through the body and identify and treat a wide range of illnesses. This is similar to the story that we reported on last week, using bull sperm and metallic nanotubes to do essentially the same thing. The future is almost here. Which direction we go will have a profound impact on the long-term survivability and makeup of humanity. We appreciate your support at Skywatch TV, and for your gift of any size, we'd like to offer you this gift, the hardback copy of Dr. Jack Graham's book, Unseen, his book on spiritual warfare. He'll be prominently featured this week at the National Day of Prayer. Part 4 of our continuing special report on the Path of the Immortals airs tomorrow night on the Christian Television Network. That's DirecTV Channel 376, Dish Network Channel 267, and the Glory Star Satellite Channel 117. And of course, if you can't watch it live, you can catch it on your Roku. And instructions on how to add the Skywatch TV Roku channel to your account are available online at skywatchtv.com/Roku. We hope you keep watching. I'm Derek Gilbert, and this is Skywatch TV.